Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Just Candace coming to you guys live again this morning. I'm really starting to enjoy this reaching out and connecting. I'm noticing a few other people are beginning to start a same habit, and I think that's super neat that as we physically social distance, we're not actually social distancing from each other. So, good morning. I'm starting each one of these off with a gigantic deep breath and a conscious effort to put my shoulders in my back pocket because when we shift our state, actually, when we breathe, we totally change the game. Your brain actually disengages for a couple of milliseconds, right? It's all you can think about. And I'm finding that it's a magical thing, and maybe it's because there's so much attention on the respiratory right now that having the ability to take a deep breath has become something of a bit of a joy and sort of is a grounding process for me. I'm noticing that when I put my shoulders in my back pockets, that this instantly shifts my energy. And I talked about it yesterday that when we change our state, and we want to change our state, we want to change our energy, the fastest and quickest way to do that is to physically move, hashtag move, and to straighten our shoulders up and look life straight in the eye and say, I got you. So I wanted to talk today about setting some intentions because I think the power of intention is totally underrated and we need to be talking about it because right now what's happening is you're at home and your normal routine has stopped. And so what are you doing to take control of your day? I'm noticing a lot of people are trying not to sit in front of the TV. They're trying to figure out a new schedule. And as a homeschool kid, it was my responsibility, and thankfully my parents empowered me to take responsibility for my day, to set my intentions. We talked about intentions for the year. We talked about intentions for the month. We talked about and intentions really just are, I want to be here. When I go into this conversation, I will accomplish this. This is how I want to feel at the end of this day. These are the intentions that you can set. And if you're not sure, just go and pull up a Google. There are so many amazing videos, free resources online, especially right now, for you to really understand the power of intentions. So from intentions, I usually end up setting lists. Lists have an amazing power to focus what you want to focus on in your day. So for the homeschooling mamas who are busy worrying about what they're going to do today, take some time to sit your kids down and set some intentions for what you want to be doing in your day today. Set some intentions for where you want to go, what your kids want to learn. Maybe ask them, what particular subjects would you like to be focusing on today? What particular things do you want to be thinking about and listening to and learning and reading? What makes you light up? I say that for the homeschooling parents, but I also say that for you who are listening. What do you want to focus on today? Make a list of that. In fact, I would encourage you, this would be your homework. Let's just say we're gonna hang out today and we're gonna do the same things together. I want you to grab a piece of paper, pen, crayon, whatever, felt, I don't care. Whatever's going to make you happy and bring you joy today. I really like blue pens, but I don't really care what you use. Grab a pen and I want you to start your to-do list. All of the things you wanted to do. If you're hanging out with your kids and you're trying to figure out how to start this homeschooling process, this is where I would encourage you to start. Tell them, sit them down at the kitchen table, get the iPads and everything else off, give them some paper, colored paper, whatever you got to do depending on the age of your kid. If you got a really great notebook for a teenager, do that. Get them to set their intentions. Let them start writing out their favorite subjects. What else would like to learn on? If you're not following a particular program or curriculum, and you might be, in which case I would say do that. But if you're not, there are so many free resources online for you right now. Sit your kids down, have them write out what they would like to focus on. What is a subject that maybe they wanted some extra time to think about? What is something they would love to learn or read or do? And begin to set some intentions around their own education. This is going to do a really interesting thing for them. It's going to have them take some serious responsibility for their own education. And I got to tell you, the number one thing I loved about being homeschooled is that I learned how to take responsibility for my own life. I learned how to take responsibility for my education because I knew how important it was, that I knew that these moments right now had such an important intention. So I have a 4-year-old, she's almost 5, and I'm busy setting some intentions in my mind and on paper about what I would like this particular opportunity and time, and her and I spending this time together and being able to homeschool her for this moment. What do I want to accomplish with that? What's my intention? Number one for me is letting her watch me stay grounded, stay focused, stay present, and also deal with the emotions that are coming in this moment. I've also asked her, what were your favorite subjects? What do you want to focus on? What do you want to learn? And she was really quick, of course, to tell me what she loved. And so I want to first lean into those things which she loves. And this is something, if you follow any of my other trainings or videos or lives, that I talk about staying in your strength zone. So rather than working on what we're not good at and using this time to focus on something else negative, what do you want to be doing right now? So I loop all the way back around to the beginning of this conversation where I said, what do you want to be focusing on? Do yourself a favor and make yourself a to-do list. You're at home anyway, so make yourself a to-do list and make yourself a success list. This concept of a success list I picked up from a magazine. I don't have it here. I would show it to you. And it talked about if you did these things, your life would move forward. And so I would gently encourage you to think about what would you write on your success list. Trust me, this is going to do something for your mindset and your brain space. It's going to pull you out of the negative and pull you out of the stuff that isn't bringing you the same love or joy or anything like that, and help you really focus on being present right here, right now. So for the homeschooling mamas, your homework today is to sit your kids down and talk about what you want your intentions to be now that you guys are home, what you want to be focusing on, what they would love to learn, where their hearts are sort of leading them to, and for you to do the same thing, right? Put yourself back into your homeschool mindset and figure out what you want to do, what you want to focus on, and those success list things. And then here's the fun part. Begin to talk about how you will feel as you begin to accomplish these things. So maybe you've got a kid who's been struggling in math and they say, well, if I could really understand this particular concept, I would feel accomplished. I would feel like I could tackle another scary concept. Think about it. We have a really unique opportunity. How many times do we talk about the fact that we never have any time? Hokey Fritz. All of a sudden we have nothing but time. And that has been a big challenge because we're having to work on the mindset loop. And what I've been trying to do with these lives coming every morning is to give you guys some practical tips and tools and ideas as somebody who's always been at home, who's always been a bit of a hermit, who really, social distancing, physically social distancing really hasn't changed my life. In fact, it's almost improved it in the sense that I have more time. I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to go to meetings and connect. Not that I didn't love those things, but I'm recognizing now one of the unique gifts that I'm looking for, because I'm looking for the gifts every day, believe me. One of the unique gifts I'm finding is that I'm connecting more authentically this way, electronically, socially, than I ever have before. And I'm feeling a little bit inspired. I'm feeling a little bit revived. I'm feeling like somebody plugged me into the wall socket again because I'm actually able to connect with people again. Did you know we can connect here just as effectively as we can in person? And maybe right now that's better because, and I watched a really neat video from Eckhart Tolle. I think I posted it. If you want a link for that, I'll just message me and I'll share it with you. And he talked about how right now is such a unique opportunity. We are almost forced to go inward. And that's not easy for a lot of us. And of course, we're exceptionally distracted right now because we've got kids at home, which is why I wanted to start you guys off here for those parents that are saying, okay, I don't know how to start this. And frankly, even if you have a curriculum for the homeschool parents that you're going to be following, sitting your kids down and talking about their intentions, what they want to accomplish, and really empowering them to take responsibility for their own education while they're here at home will take the responsibility, maybe some of the fear and the weight off of you. Empower your kids the same way you give them chores. Give them some responsibility for their own education. Being responsible for my own time, my own schedule, my own education has been one of the biggest blessings of being home educated. So I'm hoping you're hearing it and seeing it, that this could be one of the greatest moments that you could possibly give to you and your family. And taking the time to set the intention, whether we're going to be inside for 2 weeks, 7 days, 31 days, I don't know. But what is your intention for this moment? For while you're inside, what is your intention? What do you hope to accomplish? What can you take control of? What are you going to do? What check marks will you take off? I tell you, when you get to put a check mark beside something that you intended to do and accomplished to do, when you take those intentions from I want to clean the whole house and actually do a really good cleaning, what is the intention around that? What is that going to accomplish? What is it going to do? You've got time anyway. You may as well stop the scroll, turn off the TV. Any of the amazing minds that I'm listening to, whether it was I listened to a couple of really smart, intelligent guys on leadership yesterday. Every single one of them said turn off the TV, stop the scroll. Stop the scroll. Limit yourself to, and you can do it on your phone, limit yourself to how much social time you're going to have. And one of the gals I know said, I'm limiting my social media. And I said, good job. Hokey Fritz, good job. Don't do it. Don't hang out there. As much as I want you to watch people, but more than that, limit your time, choose what you're going to focus on, get yourself engaged in some groups, and more importantly, grab one of these, write out some intentions, move those intentions into a to-do list, move that to-do list right down to, you know what, you might need a win today. A great win is, I'm going to clean up every single shelf. If you've got 5 shelves, do shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3, shelf 4, shelf 5. Seriously. And then go check, 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 check. It's a mental game. It's going to help that mindset. It's going to make a huge difference. And model that for your kids. What is the intention with being at home? Empower them to take responsibility for their own studies and their own time. And this unique, scary, weird time in our life might just be, or possibly could have elements of, the biggest blessings of your life. So, from my heart to yours, have a wonderful day. Stay present. Go live life. Talk to you guys soon.